Yo guys, what's going on? Hope you're well. It's currently Saturday evening and I'm about to go to sleep, but I just wanted to do a little intro. Tomorrow, I'm going to be walking you through everything I eat in a day to help me stay lean and build muscle. I'm also going to be giving you guys diet tips which you can take away and apply yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning guys, I'm about to have breakfast. And I'm going to be having porridge and I'm going to mix that with some peanut butter. But before porridge, the first thing I eat every morning is dark chocolate. So you don't want to have anything less than 70%. Everything 70% and above is healthy dark chocolate. The main reason I take dark chocolate is it's going to improve your blood flow. I advise you take it for yourself and you'll see a noticeable change. You'll get pumps a lot quicker. It's going to improve your performance throughout your workouts. And because your circulation has improved, that's going to mean better recovery. I'd strongly recommend taking dark chocolate. Just one bar a day. It is quite bitter to start, so I'd say start small, maybe like a block a day before you get used to the taste, and then you can start taking more. So I had my dark chocolate and I'm about to eat my porridge with a spoonful of peanut butter. That does not look too appealing. But yeah, oats are really nutritious and it keeps you full for a long period of time, which if you're trying to lose weight, it's important because you don't want to be constantly consuming calories to satiate yourself. So oats are a really good choice. And then peanut butter, obviously calorie dense, good source of protein. I used to put sugar or syrup in my porridge, but then I thought, why not try the combination of porridge and peanut butter? And it's actually not too bad, it's quite nice. But I'd recommend you putting in whatever you're gonna enjoy. So if you like fruit, combine it with some strawberries and bananas maybe, whatever you like. But porridge is a good choice. So I've had my first breakfast. Now I'm about to do a little workout. I'm only gonna do something light, so I'm just gonna work out at home instead of going to the gym. And I'll show you guys some of the exercises that I'm gonna do. But before that, I wanted to give you my first diet tip. So my first tip is create a diet that you can stick to. Adherence is key. So there are different ways you can do this. It depends on obviously the foods you like and the time available. I'd say those are the most two important factors. So obviously with a diet you need to stay disciplined and stay consistent, but at the same time you want it to be an enjoyable process. So you can eat foods that you still enjoy. You don't have to be eating lettuce and kale for breakfast, lunch and dinner. You can still have what you like for the most part. This comes with planning beforehand, so you can find alternatives to create variety within your diet to make it a more enjoyable process. The other factors to consider is the time you have available. If you're working, you're going to need to find alternatives that you can implement into your diet to fit around your schedule, so you don't end up buying fast food just because it's convenient. So again, this comes with planning beforehand and understanding how much time you have and what you can make in that time or what you can prep for the day ahead. All in all, your diet shouldn't really feel like a diet. It shouldn't feel restrictive and boring. You're in control of how much variation there is and how enjoyable the whole process is for you. So do some planning beforehand. This way you can create something that you can easily stick to and be consistent with. Now it's time for me to go work out. finished my workout and I made my second breakfast. 5 scrambled eggs with some salt and pepper. If I want to treat myself, then I'll mix it with some sweet chili sauce. Actually tastes really nice. Eggs are a great source of protein and they're really easy to make. Getting enough protein in your diet is essential to building muscle and losing fat. Eating enough protein will also keep you fuller for longer and reduce your appetite. This will stop you from overeating and obviously leading to weight gain. I'd recommend that every day you try to aim for 1.5 times your body weight of protein in grams. So I've just finished my eggs, and before I make my lunch, I wanted to give you guys my next tip. My next tip is make small, gradual changes in your diet to achieve the best long-term results. Losing or gaining weight is all about energy balance. Your calorie intake versus your calorie outtake. Looking at losing weight, you want to reduce your calorie intake. Personally, I'd suggest you reduce your calories by 200-300 calories and maybe 500 calories at the most. This way, you're not going to be starving yourself and it's actually going to lead to better long-term results. If you reduce your calorie intake by a large amount, your body will just adapt to the fuel that you're providing it with, and this actually leads to more weight gain in the long term. Another way you can alter energy balance is simply by exercising more. You can do this by incorporating more cardio into your workouts or adding more resistance training. Because making small changes is so important, if I had to recommend a popular diet that you could try, I'd recommend intermittent fasting, because you're only really skipping breakfast and that's a small portion of your total calorie intake, so that would work well for most people. So I just made my lunch. I've got some chicken and rice here. I've got 4 chicken drumsticks, half a cup of rice and some spinach. So I've got a good amount of protein. It's like 17 or 18 grams per drumstick. And then the spinach, vegetables are really important. You need to get your vitamins and minerals in your diet. So any way you can chuck in some veg into your meals, that's a really good way to get your vitamins and minerals. And obviously spinach is packed with essential vitamins and minerals. It's a really good source of iron, so that will increase your energy levels. And it's really easy to incorporate. Just grab some frozen spinach from Tesco, chuck it into a bowl of water, warm it up, and put it into any meal that you're gonna have. And maybe you'll end up looking like Popeye. I can't make any promises.
So that was a fucking lie.
So I just finished my lunch and it's actually quite late, so I'm about to make my dinner quite shortly. But just before that, I wanted to give you guys another piece of advice that I think is quite key, and that is make sure you're drinking water throughout the entire day. And if you can, try to have some water with every single meal that you have. Having enough water throughout the day is really important. Firstly, it's really important for your workouts. If you're working out dehydrated, you're not going to be performing as best you can. And secondly, drinking enough water is important because it's going to contribute to your feeling of fullness. And this is going to stop you from overeating and snacking and consuming too many calories. Personally, I try to drink 3 liters of water a day. That is actually quite a lot, and you will spend a lot of time in the bathroom if you are drinking a lot of water. But if you're doing activities, you're doing exercise, then you're going to need to replenish the fluids in your body. I'd recommend getting a 1 liter water bottle. That way the amount you have to drink in a day doesn't seem too daunting. And I'd aim for 2 liters minimum. That way you're only drinking 2 bottles of water a day, which isn't too hard of a target. Right now, I'm just preparing dinner. Gonna be having more chicken and rice. I like to put soy sauce on top of my seasoning so it doesn't get as dry, but it's completely up to you, whatever you're gonna enjoy the most. Now, I'm gonna mix in the seasoning, then I'm gonna throw in the oven for about 1.5 hours.
Give your meat a good old rub.
While my dinner's cooking, I'm just gonna have a quick snack. Recently, I've been trying to incorporate a lot more fruit into my diet, and I've been buying a lot of kiwis. These are a really good source of vitamin C, which is going to contribute to a well-functioning immune system. Also, it's really good for you if you have an iron deficiency, as it's going to improve the absorption of iron. Kiwis in particular are a really good option because they're so convenient to have. All you have to do is cut it in half and then grab a spoon, which will save you from going to the junk food and eating unhealthily. So I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to grab a spoon, and then you can just go in straight away. It is a bit messy, so use a plate or
eat over the sink. They may be too sour for some people, but if you can hack it, then it's pretty nice.
Mmm, so good and tasty.
I'm not sure if you can eat the skin or how it tastes, but I guess we'll find out. It's not too bad. Oh wait. Don't eat the skin. Don't eat the skin. Kiwis are also really cheap, so I think it's a good option. But I've had my fruit. Now I am going to wait until my chicken is ready, and the Euros final is about to start. So I'm gonna go watch that. Watch England win.
No.
We'll see, we'll see. I think it's coming home.
No.
I'm gonna predict 2-1 to England.
No.
I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful. I think they can pull through. I wanted to mention that on the days when I'm not having chicken and rice, I have spaghetti bolognese because it's pretty easy to make and I can still get a good amount of protein in. In total, I don't actually spend that much on food per week. I spend about £15, maybe £20 at the max if I have to buy a few extra bits and pieces. But for the most part, it's inexpensive, which is helpful as a student because you don't want to be spending so much money on food every week. So I'm about to have the last meal of my day, some more chicken and rice. For dinner, I'll usually increase my portion size. So instead of half a cup of rice, which I had at lunch, I have a full cup of rice. And for my first serving, I've got 4 pieces of chicken, but I'm gonna have a second serving with 2 pieces of chicken. So in total, that's 6 pieces of chicken, which is a good amount of protein. In total, the calories for everything that I've eaten today is around 4,000 calories. And the amount of calories you eat is always just going to be dependent on how much activity you're doing throughout the day and how active you are. I hope you found this video useful and can take something away from it to apply to your own diet. That's it for the video, guys. If you watched up until now, I appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe for more. Leave a comment if you have any questions or feel free to ask me directly. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.